Hello, it's Vicki with your December 18, 2020 tarot. We are using the Revelations Tarot. As usual, I've given them a quick shuffle, and now we ask for our message for December 18, 2020. Yesterday, Saturn went into the sign of Aquarius. It left Sirius, earthy Capricorn. And the timing of that is quite funny because on December 22nd, we will have the Sun moving out of Sagittarius into the sign of Capricorn. On the 21st, we have the Grand Conjunction where Jupiter and Saturn will appear to be one star in the sky. One quick interesting note, which came from NASA, is that if you have a good pair of binoculars or a telescope, you may be able to see moons on Jupiter, or moons around Jupiter, and potentially also the rings on Saturn. So hopefully you will have some clear weather. Our forecast here for Northern Ontario is cloud on the 21st, which is Yule and the winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere. It is the summer solstice if you are in the Southern Hemisphere. So let's get on with our reading. We start with the Ten of Swords. This light is creating some problems. So the Ten of Swords, it is the end of a painful cycle. It is time to give your mind a rest. Know that there is going to be movement forward, and wow, is there ever movement forward with the Eight of Wands. Hopefully you guys can read that and it's not too blurry. So the Eight of Wands is very fast moving energy, moving so fast that it may feel like you're off balance, you're unsteady, like you're caught in a whirlwind. This could come in the form of energy or messages. You know that kind of day where you feel so crazy rushed and like it was just one of those really crazy days. In reality, all you did was answer messages and go back and forth. Whether it be the phone or emails going back and forth, text messages going back and forth. It's one of those days where things are just kind of zooming all around you. Next, to kind of, not necessarily temper, but to keep in line these energies, is the Emperor. I'm not liking this light with this card. So there is the Emperor. He is the dad of the major arcana, and I guess out of all of the cards, because major arcana do carry a lot more energy than the minor suits. Now, the Emperor is masculine energy. He is the authoritarian. He is not necessarily always serious, but he has a more serious energy to him. He represents the sign of Aries as well. So he's a little bit fiery, but he's still very warm and caring at the same time. So he's going to kind of keep the rest of these guys in check. Now we have the Nine of Wands. On the bottom of the deck, Influence, which is more fire energy. So there still is quite a bit of fire energy. All wands suits are fire. The Nine of Wands, though, is picking yourself up after a battle, which goes and complements the Ten of Swords quite well. So after the end of this painful cycle, we are going to be picking ourselves back up again. It's going to take a lot of discipline, self-discipline particularly, to get there. And once we start the ball rolling, it's going to keep rolling and it's going to start going very, very quickly once it does. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else coming through for that. But no, we are at the end of a painful cycle. Now this works out not only for the end of this year, it is the end of some painful cycles, painful hard lessons that we have learned with some of the planets going through retrogrades, with Saturn and Jupiter in particular moving into air signs, the time of year, everything. This is when things start wrapping up. So the end of the cycle is coming. We can start to expect that to really come to a close as the year comes to a close. Just know that you have it in you to pick yourself up and to keep going forward. And I know there's a lot of energy that comes in around this time of year. It's very busy. Just make sure to take some time out for some self-care. We have some pentacles on the bottom, a couple of, well, 3 queens. Energy coming in, which is more feminine energy coming in kind of really in the background, that's coming forward to help even out this disciplinary, more masculine energy, which is exactly what Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius is going to want us to do, is to really bring a lot of balance into our lives. And that has really been the theme as well since roughly October, is balance. So that is coming into play as well again. So that is your tarot reading for December 18, 2020. Also, quick side note, yesterday's reading, it was really, really good. And this reading isn't bad either. I'm just kind of feeling that it's going to take a few days for this to catch up. We're still kind of coming out of the end of that new moon on Monday, which is the name of a Duran Duran song. I am one of those people who thinks in song lyrics and music references, by the way. So yeah, we're still kind of clearing out that new moon energy, and this is all sort of catching up. So if the reading it kind of seems like a day or two behind, it likely is. But still, none of these have been overly negative or bad. Just know, as things wrap up for the year, as we get into the holidays, take some time out to enjoy it. Regardless of what you celebrate or do not celebrate. Still enjoy the fact that it is almost the end of 2020. And with that, I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.